HGR live here at Talladega right now. 15, 16 drivers on deck. For what should be really a great night of racing, and right now qualifying or practice just concluding. The last time we were live with HGR, Gordon Spain ended up winning, getting his first career win, and HGR then would go back to follow it up with a win in MMS. We'll get a word with him later on. Right now, Steven Scott Jr. will be the first one to post a lap. James Waring just now rolling out. Richard Elliott as well. Richard Elliott. Right now, we're going to wait to see Scott's first lap. Since the update that came out not that long ago, some drivers saying the speeds are a little bit faster. Right now, 190 for Steven Scott Jr. entering turn 3. Right now, at 25.5 for Scott. This ought to be a nice first lap. At the line, the time to beat from Steven Scott Jr., a 51.096. Well, James Waring will be next to try to tackle that. James Waring isn't enough for the pole. Survey says a 51.083 for Waring. At the line, Richard Elliott, is it enough? Survey says it is an 048. On drivers right now. And really drivers in the low 51s, like almost breaking the 50s. Well, Eric Wright will be next up. Several drivers coming out. As a matter of fact, Gordon Spain jutting him as he's about to complete his lap. Spain at the line. The HGR winner the last time we were on the air. Survey says a 103, fourth quickest. Eric White now at the line to complete his lap. Not enough. A 139 for Wright. Well, right now, Steve Sizemore on point for the pole. As a matter of fact, at the line at 067, not enough. Man. Hunter Hastings. Catch him right at the end. And 080 for Hastings. John Darnell sliding with a 153. Casey Sprinkle on point next. And right now, Sprinkle was in the range to be taking the pole with 20 seconds remaining. Sprinkle, is it enough? Oh, 50 just does, misses it by 2,000ths of a second. Right now, Joshua McCullough at the line. Kevin McCullough will go fourth. Joshua McCullough on the pole. Barely. 1,000th of a second the difference. It is a MMS, I believe, 1 through 4, and it is. It's pretty much a statement. Oh, with that being said, let's see if we can get Gordon Spain in here. Gordon Spain, Garrett Jenkins up here in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, last time we were on the air with HGR and MMS. I know that's been about 3 days now, so there's obviously a new winner. But since the last time we were live, you able to sweep the Sunday night. What's it going to take to get your third win on a broadcast in a row?
It's going to be pretty tough tonight. I'm out here kind of solo, no teammates tonight, so looks like it'll just be me. See what I can do.
But buddy, with this new update that has transpired with these cars, some drivers saying they're a little bit faster, some saying they might drive a little different. What is your perspective on it?
I will have to see. I got a qualifying lap in.
What was it? Did it feel like did it feel like it was faster?
Nah, it actually did feel a little faster, but handling wise felt the same. I couldn't even say it really felt faster, but looking at the time looked a little faster.
Yes, sir. All right, buddy. I'll let you get ready for tonight. Best of luck to you. See you can go 3 in a row on the Ranging Get It Racing Network.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. To do it, he's going to have a pretty big list of drivers to go through. The starting grid: Joshua McCullough, Richard Elliott, first and second. Casey Sprinkle, Kevin McCullough, third and fourth in MMS, top 4. Steve Sizemore, Hunter Hastings, James Warren, Stephen Scott Jr., Gordon Spain, Eric White, John Darnell, and Austin Green, the Fast 12. On down through the field: Joey Galloway, Matthew Bannon, Quentin Stanbot, William H. Scott Jr., William Rice, and Mark Londell rounds out the field. Right now, want me to see if this update has really affected the cars any. Well, one thing's for sure, you're going to see a lot. You're going to see just about as much action as what you saw from the Inspire 250 Monday night. Same car. It's going to be the same kind of intensity. Of course, real fast, we'll go back to that. Josh Henderson, the winner, running 250 Monday night. With that being said, for those that ended up watching that race, you're going to get very similar action tonight. As far as speed, pack racing, pushing and shoving, and at the end of it, somebody's gonna go have a winner tonight in HGR. Joshua McCullough drops to the back for some reason. or another. Either way, Casey Sprinkle, Richard Elliott will bring them down to United Rail's restart zone. We're rolling. Now back straight away with the drone cam. I really see Elliott's going to... Oh, Sprinkle! Oh, there they go! Already! There's the caution. Wonder where it was. Already. Man, oh man. Josh, we saw Kim McCullough get net coated. Sprinkle got turned sideways for near McCullough. Net coated and man. Alright. Rewind it, look at it. Already a monkey wrench thrown early in this race. Well, right here, Elliott's going to go down. It's going to get Sprinkle getting stuck in the middle for there. Just a big net code. That's really all it was. Really nothing harmless to really affect any of these cars, I would think. Right on board with Kenneth McCullough through this. I just ping pong off a couple of cars, no issue. Jesus almighty. Well, Hunter Hastings on board. Massive damage done to that car. Massive smoke pouring out of it. Meanwhile, go back live. Everybody pitting under this pit stop. James Wareham will win the race off the pit road. Gordon Spain, Quentin Stanbot, Joshua McCullough, Eric White, the top 5 off the pit road. Man, oh man. Well, Hunter Hastings right now sits on pit road, so does several other drivers. Well, one fast repair already done and gone for the number 7. Alright, now, of course, what was it? MMS 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now is pretty much just going to a Dega Pro 1 and 2. Well, several drivers coming back in, top it off with fuel Matthew Patton, and Joey Austin Green, Casey Sprinkle, Steve Sizemore, Stephen Scott Jr., just to name a few. So to re-rack it, James Ware and Gordon Spain first and second, Quentin Standby, Josh McCullough third and fourth, Eric White, John Darnell, Matthew Patton, Joey Gatterly, and Mark Vondale 8th and 9th. Or Vondale and Austin Green 9th and 10th. Sprinkle, Scott, Sizemore, Scott, Hastings, Elliott, McCullough. The remainder of the field, William Rice not taking the green flag. Alright. They'll be wearing in Spain. Bring it down to the United Rentals restart zone. Pace car in the pits. We're rolling. Try this one more time. See John McCullough already making it 3 wide on the outside. Stand by. Eric White will fall in second and third. Followed by Matthew Patton in fourth, side by side for fifth on back. Run on board with James Waring. Let's see if there's a speed difference. 199 off the turn 2 down and back straightaway. .208. All right now. Going to be 36 to go. Still side by side for fifth. Joey fighting hard on the inside. Gordon Spain still trying to make the outside lane work. Outside lane's now formed up. Well, Joey saw that's going to duck to the bottom. Or duck to the outside, my mistake. As they're going to work their way off turn 2. Right now, Richard Elliott, fast lap of the race with a 47.185. Right on back through the field. Right now, talking about biggest movers of the race so far since the start. Quentin Standbach up 13, Matthew Patton up 11, Mark Vondale up 10. They're the biggest movers right now. Biggest droppers of the race so far. Richard Elliott, Kenneth McCullough, 14 out of 11. spots lost since the start. Of course, a lot has to do with the wreck that McCullough got involved in. Right on board with Austin Green. Right now, see, a lot of drivers swapping around. Matthew Patton is going to drop down in front of Casey Sprinkle. That'll be for 7th. But meanwhile, James Waring continues to lead at Talladega. Right now, Eric Wright would jump to the outside with Waring as they work themselves down back straightaway, back down to the bottom. Well, an excellent defense for sure as they work themselves down the back straightaway. Lap 9, 8 already completed. Not Mark Von Dale's worked himself up in the 4th. Right now, going to go 3 wide down the back straightaway. Sprinkle, Green, and Patton's going to work that outside lane. Going to put Joey and Steven Scott in the middle lane. The majority still on the bottom. Have a look at a run that Patton and Sprinkle got as they work themselves through turns 1 and 3. Matter of fact, what a massive run. They're going to keep it up too. I don't think Sprinkle's got off his bumper yet. Sprinkle's got to be careful. Don't want to blow that motor up. Right now, 10 in the books. Working lap 11 as 21 of William H. Scott will go 1 lap down. Right now, Phil works still down the back straightaway. Sprinkle 1 at the bottom. Joey went ahead and took it away with Steven Scott Jr. Not to be confused between the 2 Scotts. Oh, Patton's going. Whew, got away with it. Sprinkle going to look to the middle. Matthews going to protect that line at the line. Still give it to the 3. But man, was it close off of 4. About Quentin Standby trying to make the middle work with Darnell. Several others back there. Now back straight away. Right now, Quentin Standby's going to shoot to the middle. They're going to leave Matthew out to dry. That number 3 is going to go all the way back right now. Quentin Standby will lead at the line. Standby's already led. Standby's already led 3 laps tonight. Working to lead his 4th lap with 3rd to go down the back straightaway. Right now, Casey's trying to pull that bottom back. Will not be surprised if Kenneth will go down to the bottom to cover Sprinkle. All right, now Elliott and Matthew going to try to work that middle lane. 2 cars, really not a whole lot they're going to be able to do. As right now, Standby will lead them going back into turn number 1. Darnell, White, Hastings, and now give it to McCullough, the top 5. right now. What pole sitter? Bro, right now the official pole sitter, Joshua McCullough, right now riding back there in 13th. However, it was Case Sprinkle who led him to the green. I think McCullough wanted to start at the back, but right now riding in 13th. Or was at the front earlier, got shuffled back. Right now for McCullough. Well, right now it's just ride. Try to save the field. 42 laps. Right now working 16. Already had one caution on lap 1, so it has pushed the field window back a little bit more. Anyway, new leader, Hunter Hastings. Well, Hastings already used the fast repair, so what has he got to really lose other than get up there and lead some laps? Quickly as Hastings got in the lead, got shuffled back, and now James Waring to the point. Richard Elliott battling back down to the bottom. Right now, Waring right back out to the lead, gonna get pushed by Austin Green. Now you see Green and Waring actually creating a big gap. Saw that the other night on Sunday with Gordon Spain and John Ward. It actually benefited them. Great. Right now, but that little bit leading. Oh, Joy gets turned. Austin Green's involved in it. Darnell McCullough. God almighty. They're winding them up. Steve Sizemore involved. And we are under caution again. Well, damn. Well, I'll throw a monkey wrench into everything, and yet again under caution with 24 laps to go. Well, you see Joey already back in the pits. Well, it's gonna be. Try to dissect this one. I think I know what happened, but a little bit. Rewind it. Oh no. All right here, Scott pushing Joey. Going to kind of walk across the back of his bumper, but Joey keeps coming down. Cross Waring's nose, and from there, Austin Green, just an innocent bystander. Richard Elliott's going to send him on around. And from there, Darnell, McCullough, Sizemore's all involved. Let's run on board with Joey through this here. Right here is just going to keep getting. We got pushed there, but just going to keep walking down the track, walking down from there. Across James's bumper. Other than that, really, well, there was nasty damage done to the car, obviously. Front on board with John Darnell. There's where damage comes from. And hard into the wall for Darnell. From Joshua McCullough. But McCullough's going to try to sneak through it. Just does get involved in it. Really, I don't think McCullough's. Right now, Eric White will be the leader, wearing second. Matthew Patty, Hunter Hastings, Kenneth McCullough at the top 5. Well, we're rolling single filed for the most part. And caution is out. God almighty. Steve Sizemore turned around front straightaway. Well, what happened to Steve Sizemore, we'll figure it out. Just a stack up effect. mostly, and then from there, everybody ping ponging each other. Another stack up, another check up, and Sprinkle sends them all around. Hard, good God. Hard into the wall for Sizemore. Well, from there, fast repair for Steve Sizemore, and we are under caution yet again for the third time tonight. Right now, Eric White, the leader, James Ware, Matthew Panic, Young, McCullough, Gordon, Spain, top 5, Hastings, Elliott, Darnell, Stenbach, Vondell. We'll round out the top 10. But really, all these cautions, all it's really doing is just bringing these guys more down. The more cautions we have, the more likely this race to go green without a green flag pit stop. Right now, Joey, the only car out of the race. So let's see. I should get James Waring up here in the booth. Oh, there he is, way up there. James Waring, Garrett Jenkins up here broadcast, but you got a copy, buddy?
Hey Garrett, what's going on?
Well, been a kind of an eventful race to say the least, but I will say you have showed up tonight, led 8 laps so far, most out of all the drivers. 18 to go. What does it take to put Miami in victory lane?
Gonna take a little bit of luck. These cars are wicked fast now. They're a lot faster than they used to be with these new setups that iRacing put in. So we're turning some speeds that these cars aren't used to, but they handle pretty well. So as long as I play it smart, stay out of trouble, I should be all right.
Well, really, have you noticed anything different other than the handling speed-wise? Do you feel like the speeds have been turned up, or really, other than handling-wise?
The speed's definitely been turned up. They're about 10 miles an hour faster than they used to be. Going into some of the corners, we're hitting 207, 208. So we're definitely moving. But handling, they seem to handle the same.
All right, buddy. We'll let you get ready for this restart. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yep. We're going to re-rack it. James Warren, Eric White, Kevin McCullough, Gordon Spain, John Darnell, now top 5. Hunter Hastings, Joshua McCullough, Steve Sizemore, Matthew Patton, Quentin Standby, top 10 on down. Elliott Sprinkle, Green, Von Dale, William Scott Jr., and then William H. Scott Jr., 16th and 15th and 16th. All right. We're rolling. Only 17 to go at the line. Right now, McCullough's finally worked himself back up into the second. I'm not seeing a lot of Kevin McCullough since getting involved in a lap 1 incident, but Eric White, Gordon Spain, and John Darnell working the outside lane. A little bit of separation on the bottom. Matthew Patton with a big run with Quentin Standback on the outside lane. Here comes Patton back trying to get the lead. Well, right now he's got to get right up to Hunter Hastings. They work themselves down the back straightaway. Right now, Warren continues to lead McCullough, Hastings in second. Well, McCullough with Hastings on the outside lane. I think they're trying to go 3 wide. Not a whole lot of room. Standby's going to slam the door on it. Right now, McCullough continues to lead. Hastings, Patton, Joshua McCullough, Patton down to the bottom to cover Patton. Well, McCullough's going to follow suit. He's going to block him all the way down to the bottom. Was going to try to. Well, Matthew Patton. Oh, Patton almost gets turned. Saves it. Comes right back on the track. Does not lose the lead. Man. Well, McCullough Sergio back ahead on the outside. Hastings stand by. Now Steve Sizemore. Very eventful day for Steve Sizemore, but out there within the top 5, along with James Ware, trying to battle back to the lead. Right now, 12 laps to go. Austin Green's worked himself up into the picture. Casey Sprinkle ain't heard a lot out of Sprinkle either all night. Down the back straightaway, Stanbach continuing to lead. McCullough, Hastings, White all trying to work that outside lane. Kenneth McCullough drops down to the bottom to cover Austin Green right now. Right now, Quentin Stanbach and John Darnell have to settle back in the back of the field, try to formulate another run. As right now, Ware's going to look to the middle. Richard Elliott with him down the front straightaway. Side by side for the lead. Well, right now, the way it looks, really I don't see much change between the updates with the cars. They're definitely going faster than what they were beforehand, but other than that, the action's still intense. 10 laps to go. Right now, it's going to be 9 to go at the line. Well, we've been here before. It ain't never over to us over. And right now, this is where the pushing is starting to get a little more intense. Drivers are going to start pushing where they don't normally want to push. It's go time now. And with these cars, you're not stuck in 2 lanes if you're mid-pack. Whenever you get a run, you can take it. You can decide whatever you want to do with it. You got the freedom to charge up to the front or do whatever you want with these cars. And right now, James wearing into the wall. He saves it. Saves it, keeps it green. Austin Green back down to the bottom of the racetrack. Sprinkles, Sizemore. Stanbach and Vondale trying to work that bottom lane. Right now, Sprinkle working that middle. Right now, you see him just about top 3 in the outside lane. Oh, there it goes, patting around and hard into the wall. Man, oh man. Caution is out with 8 to go. He's just going to come down in front of Gordon Spain pretty much. Tells a story and then hard into the wall. Yeah, one more look at it here. Right on board with Matthew Pound, as a matter of fact. Well, fortunately, works out it was not a whole lot bigger than what it was. The seat's going to get run down back straight away. This judge is thinking he's cleared, then just around it goes. Well, under caution yet again. Well, some of the drivers come down on the pit road, mainly drivers that was lower, back in the lower half of the field. Pat is obviously in the repair some of the damage he's got. Stan Boxing, Vondale, Scott, Joshua McCullough, the rest stay out with Casey Sprinkle, the leader. See, cannot dial up a few drivers here while we're pacing under caution. Pretty much everybody in top three would be all part of MMS. See, we can't get old Casey up here. Casey Sprinkle, Gary Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, been an up and down night for you. Well, all right, that might have been a little bit of a missed turn. It's been a very quiet night for the 59 tonight. But right now, up here, surrounded by all teammates, you feel like at least one of you three can get it done.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I got 2 teammates behind me, and Josh and a bunch of them were up here, but they'll be back up here soon, knowing Josh and Richard and all the others. Got 9 laps of fuel, pretty good on fuel, even if we have 3 overtimes. Hopefully, we can stay up front and cash, and maybe even get Austin that win for the wheel spin.
Well, buddy, I do want to ask, and I'll ask you the same question I asked James Warren. Have you noticed really much difference with the cars, or do they feel like the same old Gen 6 that we know, love, and hate?
I mean, these cars, you run about 10 mile an hour faster. I mean, usually you're running 199, fifth in line or whatever, but now we're running about 206, 207, maybe even 208. The leaders are hitting like 212. They're like way faster, but they do drive the same, and it's actually surprisingly harder to lose the draft, I think, whenever you're last in line. And they handle a little bit different. It's insane how they actually like handle different, even though they're an older car, but it's not huge change to the handling, but you can definitely tell it's there. It's very weird.
All right, buddy, we'll let you get ready for this restart. Best of luck to you. Maybe we'll talk to you in about 5 laps.
Hopefully.
Casey Sprinkle will restart as an MMS top 3 with Sprinkle, McCullough, and Austin Green. Hunter Hayes to the outside, Eric White, James Warren, Richard Elliott, John Darnell, Gordon Spain, Steve Sizemore, the top 10. Can't dial up somebody from the back here. Oh, Quentin Standbach. Ain't heard nothing out of Quentin in a while. Quentin Standbach, Gary Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
Going pretty good. Well, been a very Been actually a very up and down night for you, but mainly quiet, just staying out of trouble. What was it going to take to put the 22 back up into the lead?
Well, I try to stay out of a little bit more trouble and kind of see where it goes from there.
All right. All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, now to re-rack it. Casey Sprinkle, Ken McCullough, Austin Green, Hunter Hastings, Eric White, the top 5. James Warren, Richard Elliott, John Darnell, Gordon Spain, Steve Sizemore, the top 10, and then on down through the rest of the field. Steven Scott Jr., Quentin Stanbot, Joshua McCullough, Mark Vondale, William H. Scott, and Matthew Patton, the 16 drivers left. 4 laps to go from Talladega. We're rolling. Right now, a great push by from Austin Green to the back of the 59 is going to help them out. MMS with the lane controls. They work themselves down the back straightaway. Right now, McCullough forms up on the outside lane. Going to get pushed by Hastings, Richard Elliott, Eric White. As they work themselves down the start-finish line, they're ready to go. Right now, Sprinkle up to cover the outside. McKay's going to hold on for dear life. Well, McCullough's going to look to the bottom. Hastings going to look as well. They think better of it. Never mind. McCullough to the bottom. Casey slams the door. 4 wide. Mid-pack. Back to 3. 2 to go. That man straightaway, McCullough still trying to work that outside lane to the best of his ability. Right now, Hunter pushing him for everything he's worth. They got one more lap to go if they make it back around. Well, they're going to get there. Sprinkle will lead them to the white flag. McCullough second, Hastings third, side by side for fourth between Richard Elliott and Austin Green. Spring going to look, McCullough's going to dive down to the bottom. James Warren below the yellow line is going to try to get up, ain't going to be able to do it. Hastings got the second, here comes White. Oh, Green's going to get turned by McCullough. He saves it. Well, Casey's going to lead him off of 4. Still a long way to go. But right now, Hunter Hastings, what is he doing? Oh, he's going to get into the back of Sprinkle at the line. They're wrecking behind him. Hunter Hastings will take it at Daytona or Talladega. Damn, where'd that one come from? Well, Hunter Hastings with the win tonight. Had to put the back bumper to Sprinkle, but whatever it takes to get the win. That was Steven Scott Jr. up to third. for Hunter Hastings. It is a return to victory lane. Well, Hunter Hastings burns it down. We'll give him a second here. Okay, now he backs out. Hunter Hastings, Garrett Jenkins up here at broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, buddy, hell of a way to get it done tonight. Had to put the back bumper at Casey Sprinkle. Well, did you feel like that was going to be your only shot at trying to get the win tonight?
Yeah, I was hoping to get his right rear, but he blocked it, so I didn't think I stood a chance to win it. Somehow I still got a big run, being on the bottom lane.
Well, buddy, just take me through the race. Of course, the update. Some drivers say the speeds are have increased. Some say the handling is better, or well, not really better, but definitely different. Just take us through the race. What did you feel like was the biggest aspect with these cars with the new update, and really just take me through the whole race in general? Because on lap 1, you already had to use your fast repair.
Yeah, qualifying the speeds were like 186 for qualifying, and then the race you barely went under 200. And the first lap had to use the fast repair, so it stayed in the back. And then I got wheel damage, but it wasn't too bad. And so I just bided my time. Somehow I was up at the front at the end.
Well, buddy, last question, then I'll let you go. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think y'all got one more to go. But is there anybody want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Just like to thank T3 Motors.
All right, buddy. Hunter Hastings, your winner tonight from HGR. Congratulations, and who knows, we'll talk to you maybe in the next one.
Let's hope.
With that being said, we'll get Casey Sprinkle in here. I'm going to try to get Casey Sprinkle in here. Casey Sprinkle, Garrett Jenkins up here in the broadcast booth. You got another copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, almost had it, and obviously replay shows, a little bit of a bumper tap from the number 7. Just take us through the last lap. Did you feel like maybe you had it in the bag off of 4? Because Hunter said he was trying to get to your right rear, but from his perspective, you blocked it. What was your take on it?
Yeah, Austin and Kenny were giving me great pushes. I was going back and forth, just controlling the lines. Kenny went off of 2, dropped down with Austin, trying to help him, which I wanted to anyways, and then they got scrambled up on the bottom, and it's just me and Hunter out there way out front. And in this Gen 6 car, I really just wanted to get to the wall, but every time I would try to go to the wall, his car would just like, Kenny was talking about it as well. It's like the Chevys, I don't know, I was never getting pushed by a Chevy till the end, and it's like the Chevys were just not hooking up with me well. Hunter was getting me really loose, and it felt like a connection deal, but coming off of 4, I never want to be in that position in this car whenever you're out front tandeming. But I knew he was going to try to take my right rear, which is what I would do too. I tried to block that, but whenever I did, it really upset my car. It turned me right up the track, and he got to my inside, and I knew it was over. But I guess maybe I could have adored him to slow him down enough, but anyways, it wouldn't have mattered. I wouldn't, even if I did that, he probably would have still won, but I don't race that way. So gave him the spot and tried to side draft there at the end. Didn't matter though, but he had a great move, and I was expecting me not to win right there, but at least I'll take a second.
Well, buddy, still got one more to go tonight, so I'll ask you. I'll let you get out of here, get ready for it. Is there anybody want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
All of McCullough Motorsports from the race, Austin, Josh, Kenneth, Richard, Matt, Pat, all were working with us tonight. We all did a great job and had fun. Austin and Kenny were giving me some great pushes there at the end, and I had a ton of fun. Hunter for the push there at the end, pushed me way out front, and ultimately made me at least get second because he didn't lift for anyone or back up. Everyone was doing pretty good. Glad we had thanks for everyone that was racing for putting on a good, fun race. Not too many cautions for this car at least, and you for broadcasting, and James for putting the race on, and William Rice for race controlling.
All right, buddy. Appreciate your time tonight. Casey Sprinkle comes in second. With that being said, one more to go. Stephen Scott Jr., Gary Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got another copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, what can I say? Didn't really see a lot of you for the majority of the night, then somehow sneak your way through the last lap carnage to get third. Just take us through the night.
Well, the last restart, the whole inside line checked up, and no sooner as I got that 3-4 car in between, I ended up losing the draft. So I had like maybe like a 20-second behind. So luckily that caution came out, and I was able to get back up there, and I worked my way through the field, and luckily the inside line stayed pretty good. And coming out of their trial, I was able to get a run on, I think it was like the 86 or something, I think it was, and we ended up finishing nose and nose across the line, which was pretty close, but very interesting. It was a very tough night.
Well, buddy, yeah, you mentioned tough night. We saw several cautions earlier in the race and really throughout. Do you feel like, some of the update, we got a 10 mile an hour increase out of it.
Yeah,
Some drivers say that the handling's a little bit different. And it really, what's your take on and perspective? Do you feel like it was a positive turn for the Gen 6 going from here on out? Or really, what's your take on
I believe it was positive. I believe it was positive. It does pretty good with this new update. The it's just like whenever you lock bumpers and on, it seems like no sooner as you go to move side to side, you're able to have more movement without it actually knocking you out. Just like earlier, I was able to lock bumpers with somebody, and he was all over the track, but we were still able to keep going. So I think the new update went pretty good with these, and it's pretty quick too.
Well, buddy, last question before we let you get out of here and possibly get ready for the second race coming up. Anybody you want to thank? Night friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
I want to thank everybody that's watching, all my dad and all that's watching, and I want to thank Jimmy and James for putting this stuff on. I really enjoy racing with these guys.
All right, buddy. Congratulations on the P3 finish. Stephen Scott Jr. walks out of here tonight, finishing third. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Well, that being said, we'll go through the remainder of the field. So after 42 laps, Hunter Hastings, your winner over Casey Sprinkle. Stephen Scott Jr. finishing third. Eric White, Kim McCullough will run out top 5. Joshua McCullough, William H. Scott, Gordon Spain, Mark Vondale, John Darnell, James Warren, Matthew Patton, Quentin Stambach, Steve Sizemore, Austin Green, Richard Elliott, and Joey will round out the field. William Rice, of course, race controller tonight, I believe, so not really. So we're just going to disregard him. So, all right, still coming night, MMS, Little Dog, Big Dog. Stick around for that. Broadcast link will be up in a few minutes here for that. And until then, I'll see each and every one of y'all tomorrow night for HGR. And if you stick around for MMS, I'll see you in a few minutes. Everybody, take it easy.